presses, and especially that do these kind of things. So even if it's not us, I encourage you to do that and keep the scene going here in New York City. So now, folks, it's time for our features. Yeah. Poet Billy Lamont has been doing his thing here in New York and elsewhere for 25 years, is it?
Many moons.
Many moons. That's a good kind of yeah, just many moons. And I don't know, a couple of months ago, you stumbled in here and you must have made an impression because you're back again to feature. And we're excited to hear from him. Featured on MTV, probably many moons ago, because what does MTV do anymore? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a feature from poet Billy Lamont. Yeah!
MTV was '94. My first reading was in St. Mark's Place, in a homeless place, in 1988. And yes, I feel really at home here, and it's great to be here with this community. And a lot of times I do multimedia these days, my last readings, and music, world music and electronic music. Right now I'm forming kind of like, evolving out of my new book, kind of a punk band, so I'm looking for the right guitarist, because I was always into, actually, King Missile's here, excellent, great to see you here today, and The Clash, Patti Smith, I was always into that, Velvet Underground, and anyway, I got the idea for this set today is centered around my new book, Words from Soul Still Bleeding, Poems for the Future edition. And it's poetry that breaks down the fourth wall of performance art, perception, and culture. So the idea is that I got partly inspired when I was talking with you, John, Pietro, when you said that, I didn't realize that Ernest Hemingway said that, sit at a typewriter and bleed. And I was thinking about Leonard Cohen said, you know, there's a crack in everything God made, that's how the light gets in. But for me, I feel almost as if it's raw and it's like bleeding light. You know, it's like coming out. But even if darkness comes out, that's okay, because it's soulful in this artificial intelligence age, and that's what we need with all the propaganda and, you know, poetry is so powerful. So I'm talking about blood not in a gory way, but in a precious way, our genealogies, that kind of thing. So that's why I chose this first poem to read. I come from music, you know, and poetry. I have 5 books, 8 albums. And I wanted to write something like a villanelle, because it's song-like, and I was always into Dylan Thomas, do not go into the good night. So here's a villanelle. Hero villain of my villanelle. You decide, sheep or goat, heaven or hell. Break down the fourth wall of art and culture. Hero villain of my villanelle. Truth comes like ringing the Liberty Bell. Propaganda kills like a mad vulture. You decide, sheep or goat, heaven or hell. A turtle leaves the cover of his shell. A diamond forms under extreme pressure. Hero or villain of my villanelle. Thirsty lips taste cool water from the well. Dignity offers hope, something more pure. You decide, sheep or goat, heaven or hell. Poems bleed from my veins like ink from inkwells. Open wounds held to the light like torture. Hero or villain of my villanelle. My words vibrate and create, can you tell? Naked heart transparent without closure. You decide, sheep or goat, heaven or hell. Hero or villain of my villanelle. So I'm reading from my new book. At the turn of the century, I wrote a 45-minute spoken word rock opera with self-help. The character travels through 7 lights and performs himself, performs the world. It was with, one of the first performances was at CBGB's, and it's a 40-minute poem. I'm going to do about 7 minutes now for you, and I hope it inspires you. And you know, it's most spoken word rock operas are about someone falling apart to just kind of going the other way, like self-help. Is this ministry of information just a relic in my memory, or a work of priceless art on display in the museum of my heart? The politics of being me, neon light. America, your lies are like a mist I can't see through. My tears are waterfall in this river of blood. I am transparent. My heart is made of glass. And the truth is fireworks going off in the sky, and the guiding lighthouse is the poet's eye. Welcome to the Gallery of Light, strobe light. An adult lies in the fetal position in a strobe light generation, addicted to dreams of midnight impulses and sugar passions, screaming, "My bedroom a jail cell! My bedroom a jail cell!" A baby left in city traffic getting fitted for a mental straitjacket. A sunflower with a snake in its root. A cherry tree that needs to bear fruit. Metaphysical visions of a paraplegic soul. Metaphysical visions of a paraplegic soul. Spotlight. I love you. I love you. I love you. From the bottom of my current frame of reference. Of course, in a few years I could have a new preference. I love you. Microwave romance. I'm feeling that one tonight. I just, my fiance of 5 years had broken up at the same time as my parents' health failed. And working slave all day, family times are too few. Haiku, a cuckoo. Look at me cross-eyed or unkindly and I'll sue. Haiku, a cuckoo. Do not tell the truth, hide it, whatever you do. Haiku, a cuckoo. In the grand finale, one of these. I talk to myself and never listen to you. You can say this with me if you want. 1, 2, 3. Haiku, a cuckoo. Haiku, a cuckoo. Which leads me to this broken heart, moonlight. Love makes it safe to give into desire. But should romance be a guiltless fire, burning down my home, while forever was a non-transparent speech to a heart as unripe as a winter peach. Shadows, John Botero and Lori enter the gallery with Tom and me. Night, television red paint. Slowly drips down the pale, expressionless mannequin faces. We are all parhelia. Bright-colored spots of light on a solar halo. The scapegoat of your misery is baptized with tears. Salt and light. Sweating blood in the name of love in the endless black tunnel we call night. Night. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
That was for you, because I know you do some echo thing. And Hal, Lee Allen Ginsberg, is still the same poem. Hal, he showed love and support for my work. He let me sample from Hal while he was living, and this is for him. Shows some support to my work. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, starving, hysterical, naked, dragging themselves through the Negro streets at dawn, looking for an angry fix. Angel-headed hipsters burning for the ancient heavenly connection to the starry dynamo in the machinery of night. And America, this is no Kurt Cobain suicide, because sometimes I feel as if your soul has already died. Soul metamorphosis, crucifixion, and resurrection. A poet that is a poem, a creation that can create the subconscious, sunlight. Love conquers hate. Love conquers hate. Candlelight. Life is an experiment, innocence and experience. Free to dance, standing naked, walking barefoot. Smile, butterfly, light attracts light. There are 2 angels to every 1 demon. The pupil of the eye constricts. The ravens fly from the tower. White rose on fire, white rose on fire, white rose on fire. The snake is dead. The snake is dead. The snake is dead and my heel is bruising his head. And Satan, you entrap me in your shortcomings, in your dungeon of sin. The snake is dead. No vertigo, no vertigo, no vertigo, no vertigo, no vertigo. Let's dance. Dance to the rhythm of thought. Color clouds. You were loved before you were born. Angel kisses. Your life is precious. Flower faces. Your soul is one of a kind. Love bath. Learn to love yourself, and then you'll be able to love others. See with the eyes of angels. And being we're talking about blood, I actually wanted to do this originally. I had to work on Passover and Easter. But blood, the blood of Jesus, were grafted in to Yahweh's holy vine, his holy family line, blood, looking through the glass veil into the garden of paradise. The burning, burning fire in my heart melts my facade like ice. Red pool of passion, flooding, flooding rain of pain, infinite eyes of compassion. I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same. Which leads us to sunlight. We're in the holy vine, all-inclusively. Good vibrations, a high frequency. Sunlight, it's a new day filled with new hope, a new season. A spiritual fetus spins in a whirlpool of color, a myriad of revelations, open eyes, open eyes, open eyes. A baby's first breath, an old man's death, circle of ashes, circle of dust. And well, it's a Van Gogh morning on this Gumby earth, and you, with your Mother Teresa heart, and your cat in the hat smile, should know the meaning of life lies within you. Dr. Albert Schweitzer, and a kazoo. All-inclusively, let's vibrate into high, we are energy, high frequency. May your very soul be a great poem. Our life is a message, a poet that is a poem, a creation that can create, the subconscious, sunlight, a string of pearls. Pearls are words. Words are art. Art is imagination. Imagination is creation. Creation is life. Life is experience. Experience is wisdom. Wisdom is love. Love is a string of pearls. In ultraviolet light, I paint your portrait in my mind and hang it in the gallery of light. Neon light, strobe light, spotlight, candlelight, moonlight, candlelight, sunlight, ultraviolet light. Our abstract emotions and impressionistic thoughts awaken surreal love as we meditate on the wisdom of the ancient and the young, as they coalesce and intertwine into one within the hand of God in the ultraviolet light of postmodern dreams, and the ultraviolet light of postmodern dreams. Thank you. So that's that poem. There's all kinds of poems in this book. There's humorous ones, you know, like I'm into the beat poets. So I wrote this poem, a longer poem. I'm not going to read it because I'm saying it right on time. Attention wannabes. And it pokes fun at, you know, like I poke fun at myself and being a poet. But one time when I was first starting out as a poet, they wanted to beat me with baseball bats because I was a poet. So I was like, well, I guess this is the closest I've ever been to really being a beat poet. I have one, life as a poet. I have one where, you know, poetry and suffering was sometimes synonymous until I joined Hooked on Phonics Anonymous. You know, I was teaching poetry workshops and the haiku cuckoos were going really well. And so I was like, all right, I want to teach oxymoron. So I was writing all this stuff about, you know, earthly, spiritual, and you know, simply a huge oxymoron am I. So I have stuff to break down, you know, poke fun at myself and that kind of thing. I was teaching onomatopoeias, and I was like, well, what can I do to teach that? And I was like, I shouldn't have drank all this water before this long car ride. I want to pee. Onomatopoeia. So I got so much sense of humor in there. And I was inventing my own sonnets and proverbs and things like that. And when I was writing the Gallery of Light, I wanted to write something mystical like Blake. But this is a sample of, I would write these poems with 3 syllables each, almost like the haiku cuckoos, 666 or 777. So I would write, say, about worry. Worry is choking me, weaving me a mask of insecurity. Well, this one I'm going to do is flattery 666 into my own kind of sonnet. Flattery 666. Words slit skin subtly, bleeding, deep conviction. Flattery's intention. An emotional vampire, suck your blood, drain your soul, feed off of your desire. Your naked beauty lies in the bed, wrapped in barbed wire. You say, don't tell me who I am and what I am feeling. A spirit shrieks in the night, desperate, desperate, desperate for healing. I know what it's like to be dead, I said long ago. Remembering, remembering, remembering. If a baby is not held, it will die. And so I lie, holding myself and admiring you until I whisper, true agape love, please, please, please ignite the fire. On fire with spiritual love and carnal animal lust until skin is punctured by the rose's briar. Now the pure white sheets run, blood red, and I am left alone, needing my soul lies bleeding. A distraction can lead to a deception, can lead to destruction from emotional vampires. And thank you. I originally had 2 more poems to do. I had poems of activism since I go up to Monsanto, but I'm at about the 15-minute mark now, so I figured let me do one last, I'll do a romantic poem for you just as a thank you for being a great audience. I went a little long with the talking and with the, so we got it right on time, but I'd like to dedicate this to you and then also to the late Daniel Berrigan, peace activist, who wrote a quote from my book, and conversations with him really had a great impact on me. And also Peter Garrett of Midnight Oil, who wrote a quote, and he made me so aware in the 90s of environmental issues, and now with climate change. I had this new poem that I wrote at the Brooklyn Bridge. Sometime I'll read it. It's about a 10-minute poem. Looking at the Brooklyn Bridge on a summer night about climate change, and it's all the old things we tried didn't work, so it's an emergency now. And so anyway, this last 40-second poem is a romantic poem, and I was kind of dreaming about a soulmate, and it's a Shakespearean sonnet, a sonnet for the sea. The wind whispers with wonder in seashells I never find, as love screams like thunder and swims to the shore of my mind. The passion within the ocean fills kisses, streams of consciousness, as the seed of creation spills and splashes in your loveliness. The mystery of the mountain is the light in sunshine, as I bathe naked in your fountain and drink from your lips of wine. Your beauty is like the sea, waves that comfort me. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be a part of this community, and I really am bleeding today. Man, I made 2 layoffs on Wednesday, and yes, this is great to be here. Love and life to you. Thank you.
Poet killing